persons. Shh. Hush, hush, hush. Hmm. Hi. Yeah, nobody's in here yet.
Everybody else is able to this test within about 28 seconds. Was he ever do it? No.
Not the whole time.
Still around.
Why?
All you have to do is I gave you, make a copy, share it.
I don't
Everyone else
understand
can
why
do
that's
it in
difficult.
20 seconds.
What's going on? Why
I
is
don't
this
know.
difficult?
I don't know.
It's infuriating.
Go ahead.
I have seen her today. Where is she? Where could she be? Hmm. Yeah, hasn't been dismissed. Where's Aria Jordan? Yeah, I've seen her today, and I don't know where she is. That's her last class. She had Fontaine before me. They were really good. What flavor did you get? I got half pink lemonade and half watermelon.
Cool, I didn't know they had that.
It was real good.
I didn't set the flavors. I don't know.
Just took a long time. Yeah. They didn't charge me.
Yeah, no, that's like.
I was like, okay. I wonder if I should go check and see if she was in her last class. Or the hall pass. Hmm. today. Wait, what's today? Weird. Oop. Hi, folks. Trying to figure out what has happened to Aria Jordan because she's definitely here somewhere. But I've not seen her since this class was supposed to start.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where she might be. I'm about going down to check where her last class is. Well, presumably she'll show up. Everyone else is here. David, Trinae. AJ, I gotta mark her absent until she shows up. Hmm. And no passes. Very confused, very confused. Okay, well, we're gonna get started anyway. So today is multiple choice practice. Last week, not everybody turned in multiple choice practice, and it's not the end of the world that you didn't, because I'm not going to take all of them as grades, but I'm going to take either 2 or 3 of your highest multiple choice practices as grades. That, and not everybody turned in a rhetorical analysis from last week. Also not the end of the world. As you know, we're going to have 5 weeks of practice essay writing, 2 rhetorical analysis, 2 argument, and 1 synthesis. So I'm actually going to take your best score of the 2 rhetorical analysis and your best score of the 2 argument. We're only having the 1 synthesis, so I'll take that one. But don't let that be an excuse to not do it, because the best part of, well, actually there are lots of good parts of doing these practice essays, but one good part is that I give you a lot of feedback on them. And so from the first one, from last week's until the next rhetorical analysis, you could really have a lot of time to build up your skills and to kind of take the feedback to heart before you write another one. If you didn't do it the first time, you don't have that feedback, and you're kind of just thrown in the deep end without any kind of guidance. So it is very important to do them all. And also because you do get participation grades in here. So if you're not participating, the participation grade is not going to be good. And also the more you practice, the easier it is, which is one reason we're doing these multiple choice practices. And I feel like people are always less confident about the multiple choice than the essays. And part of it is the fact that you don't know what they could ask. At least with the 3 types of essays, you know what kind of essay it is. You've practiced them. You can go into it with as much information as you can. With multiple choice, it's like you have the whole wide world of rhetoric open before you, and you don't know what they might ask. So it is important to do these multiple choice practices. And a couple of y'all did well on the one last week. Some people did less well, some people didn't turn it in. So we're going to do a new one, and this is, again, it's on Canvas. it's here in this this week's module, and everybody should have their own copy of the doc. If you don't and you need me to share it with you so you can make a copy, just let me know and I can do that. I have it open here, so I'm just going to go to this. There's 10 questions. This one is a little bit sort of more relevant to our lives because it's from Parris Island, South Carolina. But this is text of a newspaper column published in the latter part of the 20th century. Before we look at it, I'm just going to like kind of go through the questions so you can kind of know what to be looking for. Several sections of the passage appear in capital letters and with almost no punctuation. This can be explained by all of the following reasons except. So 4 of these are going to be reasons they might do this. You're going to pick the one that's not. In line 7, daring means. So just keep an eye out for daring. In paragraph 3, which of the following rhetorical devices is most in evidence? I see at least one word there that we're not super familiar with, metonymy. And genuinely, like, it's one that I get that and another one really confused. So what I would do, like if you came across this on a test and you didn't have the ability to look up what metonymy is, I would go through each of the other ones and think, could this be the answer? And if none of them can, it's probably metonymy. The principal contrast employed by the author in the passage is between 2 things or 2 people. The main rhetorical function of the description of Hudson and Burleigh in lines 16 to 18. The point of view expressed in lines 21 to 24. To create the greatest effect, all of the rhetorical techniques are used in lines 36 to 40, except one of these. In the last paragraph, which of the following words is parallel in function to dread in line 49? The passage as a whole might best be described as which of these things, and which of the following best captures the author's attitude towards the events and people described in the passage. So most of these are dealing with like one particular line or a small section. This last one is kind of an overall thing. Hang on, I gotta stop sharing for just a second. Nope. I was gonna see if maybe somebody was telling me where Aria is, but no. Okay, so we'll read it together and then I will let you guys work on it independently. But this is from Parris Island. Sorry, I'm trying to, there we go. He is seething, he is rabid, he is wound up tight as a golf ball with more adrenaline surging through his hypothalamus than a cornered slum rat. He is everything these Marine recruits with their heads shaved to dirty nubs have ever feared or even hoped a drill instructor might be. He is Staff Sergeant Douglas Berry, and he is rushing down the squad bay of receiving barracks to leap onto a table and brace at parade rest in which none of the recruits, daring glances from the position of attention, can see any more of him under the rake of his campaign hat than his lipless mouth chopping at them like a disaster teletype. When I give you the word, you will walk, you will not run down these steps where you will run, you will not walk to the yellow footmarks. Outside, Barry's 2 junior drill instructors in raincoats over dress greens sweat in a muggy February drizzle which shrinks the view down to this wooden World War II barracks, to the galvanized butler hut across the company street, the overground steam pipes, a couple of palmetto trees, the raindrops beating on spit-shine black shoes. Sergeant Hudson mans the steps, Sergeant Burleigh the footmarks. They pace with a mannered strut like men wearing white tie and tails, their hands folded behind their backs, their jaw muscles flexing. One senses that this is serious business. There's none of the smart alecky wisecracking of TV sitcoms that portray hotshot recruits outsmarting dumb sergeants for passes to town. In fact, during his 63 days of training at Parris Island, unless a member of the immediate family dies, a recruit will get no liberty at all. He will also get no talking, no phone calls, no books or magazines, no television, radio or record players, no candy or gum, 1 movie, 1 newspaper a week, and 3 cigarettes a day, unless he fouls up, get sent to the brig or a motivation platoon and loses the cigarettes. When I give you the word to move out, you will move out. Do you understand me? Hudson meets the first one at the steps like a rotary mower ripping into a toad, so psyched he's actually dancing on tiptoe with his face a choleric 3/4 of an inch from the private. Faster, private, faster. Just take your dumb time, sweetheart. Move, move. As this hog, as recruits are colloquially known, piles out of the barracks into a stumble of new boots, poncho, laundry bag, and the worst trouble his young ass has ever been in. No doubt about it, when Burley meets him just like Hudson, in an astonishment of rage that roars him all the way down to the right front set of yellow footprints. You lock your body at attention, you lock your body. Or maybe Burley rises up around this private to hiss in his ear, and Burley is very good at this. You hate me, don't you? You hate me, private. You better hate me because I hate you. Or any of the other litanies drill instructors have been barking and hissing at their charges ever since the first of more than 1 million Paris Island graduates arrived on the flea-ridden Sand Baron in 1911. Until there are 60 of them out there in the drizzle with the drill instructors shouting themselves hoarse, 60 volunteers who had heard from countless older brothers in street corner, buddies and roommates that it would be exactly like this, but they volunteered anyhow to be Marines. Right now, with lips trembling, eyes shuddling, you better stop that eyeballing, private. Fat and forlorn, they look like 60 sex perverts trapped by a lynch mob. They are scared. They are scared as fraternity pledges during a cleverly staged Hell Week, shaking like boys about to abandon their virginity. It's a primal dread that drill instructors invoke and exploit in 8 weeks, soon to revert to the pre-Vietnam 11 weeks of folk theater, a spectacle staged on the scale of the Passion Play at the Oberemmergau, an initiation that may be the only true rite of passage to manhood that America hasn't yet scoured away as an anthropological anachronism. All right, so most of that, at least fairly easy to, like, it's not difficult language. You might have to kind of sort through it a little bit to make sure you're grasping the meaning. But stuff that's written in the later half of the 20th century is usually like fairly easy to digest. So this should be an okay one. So those of you who are virtual, I want y'all to hang on the call until you submit this, and then you're free to leave. It is due today. It shouldn't take you ages and ages, but you've got the rest of the class today to work on it. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be talking about the first 24 pages of Beloved. So make sure that you have read through there. And I'll go ahead and cut my stuff off, and y'all just holler at me if you need me. Sorry guys, I just realized that it's not published on Canvas. But now it should be. I had the thing published, but not the module, so it doesn't show up unless I publish the module. But you should be good to go now. All right, the bell is just about to ring, so y'all get this turned in as soon as you can, and I will make comments on Canvas to let you know which ones you got right, and I will see y'all tomorrow to talk about Toni Morrison.